Welcome back. You're still watching the game. We are days away from the conclusion of round 1 of the UAAP Season 86 Men's Basketball Tournament. And here with us now to give us stories from courtside are UAAP correspondents Allison reporting for UE and Carla Elizaga reporting for the UP Fighting Maroons. First of all, ladies, welcome to the game and congratulations on your second season.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much, Sam. We're really glad to be here and thank you for having us tonight.
I know. So it is round 2, year 2 for you guys. So can you let us in on, the journey so far with your teams? How is this season different so far compared to season 85? Let's start with you, Allison.
Okay, so I guess season 85, as you may know, I'm not from UE, so it's really just getting to know the school, getting to know the community. And now that I'm here for the second season, it's all about doing a better job at uncovering more stories from these community and just letting you guys know who the real UE Red Warriors are, one report at a time.
All right. Carla?
Yeah, well, actually, I think, Allison, we were talking about this. For both our teams, they also feel completely different. A bunch of new players on both our ends. And I think a really good thing about having a second season is that it's a lot less nerves, you know what to expect. And yes, I guess same with Allison, it's more about how to elevate your reporting and elevating the type of storytelling that you do per game.
Love that. We always have to step up, Power, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I was going to say that felt like a double-edged sword because I want to congratulate you first for helping these girls develop. From
They're
Sam
amazing.
Corrales to Mama Sam, I don't know what to call her. But let's start off. Carla, you mentioned a while ago, getting to know the team again feels familiar but unfamiliar. And for some of the new players for UP, how has that been? Because UP right now, honestly, has been one of the teams to watch out for because of the recruitment, because of the new players coming in.
Yeah, well, that's, definitely true. A bunch of new players, like one of the players that we had, I actually got to meet him last season, is Sean Alter.
Yeah.
Well, something about him is like, his full name is actually Sean Stark Alter. And with that, I was always wondering, where was that from?
Yeah.
And then it came about. He was telling me it's actually like a generational family name for him. So that was really cool. I thought it was like his family were big fans of Marvel.
Yeah.
Like Tony Stark. I was getting ready for that.
Sabihin ko sana Game of Thrones eh. But yes, go on.
Yeah.
But still, the generation family is there. But of course, from what I hear, he's also homeschooled, so a bit of a different environment, I'm sure, for him.
Yeah, well, he was actually homeschooled by his mom, very close to his parents. Definitely a lot of family support on his end. And actually, it was his mom that encouraged him to play basketball. Yeah, like he was in a car ride with his mom, and his mom turned to him and said, hey, you're pretty tall for your age. You should try out basketball.
Now, Allison, let's go to the Red Warriors. There is one guy who is making a name for himself already in round 1. Let's talk about Ethan Galang. What do you have for us?
Well, Ethan Galang, a funny thing, he told me that when he was a kid, basketball wasn't his first love. He used to love baseball so much. But then growing up in LA, his family were avid fans of Kobe Bryant and the Lakers. So he just eventually fell in love with the sport more. And more so, not just the sport, but also the culture around it. And as we all know, the Philippines is so known for its basketball culture. Our culture here is just incomparable. And so he told me that he is adjusting very well in the UAAP because of it. The culture that we have, especially in the UAAP, the fans, and the UE community is showing a much stronger support this season. So it's something to look forward
now,
to.
what about one of their, main guys now, Ray Remogat?
Yeah.
Is it true that he was not, officially
Recruited.
Yeah, he was not a recruit.
Ray
for the
Remogat
team.
actually just walked in 2
Yeah.
years ago in a UE tryouts, and Coach Jack, the minute he saw him, how he plays, he just knew that this guy, we would need this guy someday. And this season, he has been stepping up. And I asked him, he is the main man, so there must be some pressure he is feeling, but he told me that he is not feeling any pressure at all, and it's because of his faith.
Yeah.
It's not because of his confidence, and this faith is very much reflective also in the way he leads the team in prayer. Before the game, after the game, he is always the man to lead the prayer. So it really speaks a lot on the character and the kind of man he is outside the court.
Yeah, before he ended up in UE, he did try out for multiple teams, not just UE. So he really bet on himself, especially after not really making it with FEU.
And that's so
back in
good.
the
I
day.
mean, this is why the UAP is here to give like opportunities for all these guys.
100%. And of course, you take a look at, with opportunities, there's also opportunities for redemption here. And I use that word because, Carla, there's some of the younger players in UP feel like they need a bit of a redemption story.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Especially coming from last season, in season 85, one of the rookies, Aldo Stercolas, I absolutely loved his story. He's one of the only homegrown UP players. He's actually from UPIS.
Yeah.
And I love this story because he shared with me before how he feels he was destined to play for UP.
Oh, wow.
He wasn't from there during his junior high school. And then when he was also in a car ride with his dad, when they passed by UP, his dad told him, I feel like you're gonna study in UP. That was in junior high school. And then the next year after, he ended up going to UPIS, got recruited by UPMBT, and just to see him now, his growth from his rookie year, tremendous. Like, he was starting in a couple of games, so I just love seeing that avenue, like you were saying, Sam, that UAAP provides, for all these athletes.
Yeah, and of course, speaking of opportunities, let's talk about Seven Gagate, also
Yeah.
from the UP Fighting Maroons. What can you tell us about him?
Well, with Seven, I had to ask him because I'm sure like Ray had the opportunity to go to a lot of different schools. So I asked him, like, why UP? And apparently the story also goes way back because he shared with me that his older brother was also coached by Coach Gold. So there was just that trust, that familiarity with the system. And he said, okay, UP is the school for us. So he brought along with him like his two closest friends as well from the team, si Josh Coronel and Luis Pablo. And it's also great because Pabs also shared with me how they also fell short of their title in their high school league. So even though they weren't part of UP, there's that definite, there's that way they can empathize with them.
Absolutely. And of course, Allison, we're going to end this with you. And I'm really curious about what we were talking about off the air a while ago, that you felt that this is such a new team that you have to get to know them. You mentioned a while ago, you're not even on campus and you have to get to know this team, but you discovered them at a different level than we have. What are you excited for the fans to discover about this UE team that they haven't just yet?
Well, I can say that we may be looking at a brand new team for the Warriors this season, but the same sense of brotherhood is still there. I've mentioned Ray Remoga. There's also a lot of veterans stepping up. We have Welo, Lingo.
Yeah.
And especially with Jared Wilson having to sit out of the games this season because of his shoulder injury, according to Coach Jack, looking at it in a brighter perspective, this is an opportunity for the other guys to step up. And you see it, despite, having language barriers, most of the rookies now are Phil-Lams, and we have the veterans who have been speaking Filipinos all their lives. So despite that language barriers, you can see that these veterans, these kuyas of the team, are still just reaching out, taking on the extra effort, hanging out after training, joking around during the dugouts before the game. So yeah, this sense of brotherhood, we can't wait to see it, especially as they look to end strong this round one.
Let's see how they do. I felt that. But yes,
She's claiming it.
just claiming it. Allison, Carla, thank you very much for coming on. We really appreciate the stories. Last time I saw Carla, Lasal lost. Hopefully, Allison, next time I see you, it's not the same thing. Girls, maraming salamat. We'll
Thank
see
you for
then.
having
Thank you
us.
so much.
Thank you.